No countdown, no dramatic scene, just another day they've never seen. I lace up quiet, phone face down, no proof this effort's getting around. No comments on the path I take, just muscle memory and ache. If progress hides, I let it be. Growth doesn't owe visibility. While the world refreshes someone else, I stay offline with myself. Stealth mode progress, moving unseen. No noise, no signal, no routine. I'm upgrading who I am while no one knows, while no one can. Stealth mode progress, low display, but I feel stronger every day. If this doesn't look impressive yet, that's fine. I'm not done building it. Chased numbers, I've chased praise, lost whole weeks inside that maze. Now I track what doesn't post, breath control the urge to coast. Some nights doubt runs parallel, whispers you could slow this down, but something steady answers back. This quiet work will close the gap. I don't need the highlight reel to know this progress is real. Stealth mode progress, no alert, just showing up when it still hurts. No badge, no share, no applause, just discipline without a cause. Stealth mode progress, trust the grind. I'm changing deep, not just the sign. If they ask when it all began, I'll say back when no one can. Talent, like luck, like timing, like a gift. They won't see the silent reps, or every time I chose not to quit. I didn't disappear, I train in places comfort never stayed. This isn't hiding, this is focus. I'm not lost, I'm just in progress. Stealth mode progress, still my pace. No rush to win a visible race. I let the results speak loud when they finally catch me now. Stealth mode progress, understood by the version of me who stood here alone and kept it going when growth was quiet, slow and hidden. No post, no proof, just progress, loading in silence.
No hands together when I pass, no screen lights up my name. The street keeps being a street, the day stays the same. My watch vibrates like a habit, nothing more. I check it once, then let it be, and step outside the score. I used to wait for something loud to tell me I was right, but silence has a way of asking if I'll keep the night. Breathe lands, even pace behaves, no drama to collect. I'm moving without witnesses, and that feels correct. No countdown, no cue, just motion I choose. Life doesn't clap when you keep going. No stage lights, no one knowing. Life doesn't clap, still I stay. I don't need noise to move this away.
I've chased the run that photographs the proof, the sharpest frame. But moments don't survive the day when all you want is fame.
Tonight I picked a quieter win, one that won't be shared. A pace that leaves my shoulders down and something left to care. Applause fades, prisons laugh. I'm learning what outlives the past. Life doesn't clap, that's not a flaw. It keeps on moving just because. Life doesn't clap,
Still I do
the signal to stay true. They cheer the finish, not the return, the effort, not the cost. But nobody sees the staying power of what didn't get lost. I wanna drive that doesn't shrink when nobody reacts. A reason built from showing up, not echoing back.
This isn't lonely, it's clean.
I didn't lose belief. I refined the scene, life doesn't clap, and that's okay. I wasn't built for display. Life doesn't clap, I keep my pace. The point was never noise, it was staying in the rain. No hands, no sound, still moving, grounded. No hands, no sound, still moving, grounded. The tape is gone, shoes still warm. Noise slides off the street. My watch keeps buzzing like it wants another reason to beat. Someone nods, keeps walking. I don't slow them down. I'm holding a finished moment, trying not to drop it now. Months were stacked for this exact point. I pictured how I'd stand. Nobody rehearsed the silence when the end is in my hand. Pulse is steady, chest is clear. The echo learns to wait. I crossed the line and heard myself ask it anyway. No split to chase, no clock to feed, just space I didn't plan to need. Finish line, now what? That's not a crack. I'm not empty, life just step back. Finish line, now what? I'm still intact. The goal was real and the world came back. I thought the wind would organize the mess into a map, but standing here without a target feels honest, not collapsed. I don't regret a single mile, I'd run them twice. I swear I'm learning endings don't explain what happens after there. Applause dissolves, present stays. I'm standing in unmeasured days. Finish line, now what? Breathing slows. I don't need another number to know I showed. Finish line, now what? Still me, still here. The drive didn't vanish, it widened the year. They framed the shot at the ribbon, the proof you gave your all. Nobody frames the walk back when ambition softens its call. I want a fire that doesn't quit when banners roll away. A reason to move tomorrow that isn't yesterday. This isn't losing, it's death. I didn't stop the motion, I changed the step. Finish line, now what? That's the ask. Life checking how I'll carry what's past. Finish line, now what? I keep it true. The race didn't end, it turned into you. Crowd thins, heat fades. I turn and stay. Crowd thins, heat fades. I turn and stay. My dough weight still on my neck, feels lighter than I thought. Everyone's already scrolling. I'm standing where I stopped. The line behind me fades away. Shoes whisper on the ground. I don't need another picture, just the quiet settling down.
And I've chased the tape like it was proof that I existed here, but the silence after clapping is the part I hear most clear.
I don't feel smaller now it's done. I feel unguarded, real, like there's a version of tonight I finally get to feel. No next race loaded, no story to sell, just a body remembering how to be well. Life after the finish, that's where I land. I don't need another the target to understand. Life after the finish, breathing comes back. The point wasn't crossing the line, it was coming intact. I've trained like endings were the goal, like rest was something earned. But nothing teaches balance like the moment crowds return. I'm not disappointed, I'm not done. I'm just noticing the space where effort ends and life runs on.
Achievement fades fast, present stays. I'm learning what remains when the banner's put away.
Life after the finish, lights still warm. I didn't need to disappear to transform. Life after the finish, still me, still here. I didn't lose the drive, I widened the year. They praise the photo at the tape, the collapse, the proof of pain, but nobody frames the walk back when your pulse feels human again. I want legs that trust my judgment, a mind that doesn't race. I don't want victory that cancels the days.
This isn't settling, it's depth. I didn't stop progressing, I changed the length.
Life after the finish, that's the win.
I didn't outrun my living to let it in.
Life after the finish, I'll keep it true. The goal was never the line, it was life with room. The road opened up like an answer, too clean, too tempting to ignore. My legs leaned into the idea, like we'd been here before. A faster version waved at me, smiled like it knew my name. Promised a shorter way through the night, at a familiar price I'd pay. I felt the switch behind my ribs, the dangerous maybe, the kind that sounds like courage and ends as recovery. It felt right for a second, that's how I knew. Yeah, that would have been a mistake I saw just in time. Not every open door is progress, some are just a line. That would have been a mistake, I didn't need to try. I chose the pace that lets me finish, not the one that burns me dry. Yeah, I've chased that feeling plenty, called it growth, called it edge. Spent the rest of the run bargaining with what I could manage. Tonight I heard it differently. The urge wasn't a sign, it was just the echo of an old habit. Dressed up as a shine, I let it pass like traffic. I didn't make it mine. Watch the thought outrun me, then fall behind. Wisdom doesn't shout, it waits. There would have been a mistake, and I'm okay to say I don't need to prove anything. Life is pressure, applied until you break. But pressure without permission is just a different mistake. I'm not afraid of effort, I'm afraid of forgetting why I started choosing distance over regretting. This wasn't me backing down, it was me backing myself. I didn't save energy for later, I saved myself.
For one breath I imagined it, the surge that chased the wind. Then I imagined tomorrow and decided to stay in. No drama, no applause, just a quiet reroute. I didn't lose momentum, I found a way out.
That would have been a mistake, and I didn't take the bait. I don't measure every run by how much I escalate. That would have been a mistake, I chose the longer view. I didn't finish feeling broken, I finished feeling true. That would have been a mistake, and now I'm glad I let it go. I didn't win the moment, I won the road. Close, calm, clear head, still moving ahead.
I felt it rise without warning, that itch behind the ribs. A sudden thought like, just see what happens if my legs leaned forward slightly. My breath forgot its place, I pictured passing everything just to feel the chase. I've been here more than once before, at this familiar bend where ego smiles politely and asks how far I've been. It wasn't confidence, it was temptation. I almost sent it, didn't, and felt the switch ignite. For half a second I believed the hype. I almost sent it, didn't, but something held me in. I didn't need to prove tonight that I could burn again. The pace asked one quiet question: do you want this now? Nah, can you not? Should you? Just how? I've chased that surge before, called it growth, called it drive. Spent the rest of the run trying to survive. So I let the feeling pass me like a car I didn't chase. Watched it disappear ahead without losing my place. Not every urge is a signal, some are just noise. I almost sent it, didn't, when the road opened wide. I didn't take the invitation, I let it slide. I almost sent it, didn't, but I stayed where I was. I didn't need a highlight reel, I needed trust. They'll say growth lives in discomfort, that pushing makes you brave. But I've learned there's a difference between bold and misbehave. This wasn't fear pulling me back, it was memory stepping in. I didn't save myself from pain, I saved the run I'm in. I don't regret the thought, I don't judge the spark, I just didn't follow it into the dark. For one breath I was faster, for one breath I was gone. Then I felt the ground again and decided to stay on. No drama, no announcement, just a quiet return. I didn't lose momentum, I learned. I almost ended me, someday I will, but tonight I chose to finish with something left to feel. I almost ended, and I'm glad I didn't try. Don't measure every run by how close I get to the line. I almost ended, then I stayed instead. Not a moment of weakness, just a smarter head. Close, call. Clear choice, still running. No noise.
I didn't feel like starting, didn't feel like today. My legs were already tired before I got underway. I stepped out more from habit than belief or fire. I wasn't chasing progress, I just needed something quieter. The street looked ordinary, nothing cheering me on, but my feet kept finding reasons to be gone. I'm not pushing forward, I'm being taken. This run is carrying me when I can't do it myself. I'm not strong, I'm not focused, I'm just here with what's left. This run is carrying me past the noise in my head. I didn't choose the direction, but I didn't stop instead. Yeah. My thoughts try to pull me backwards to things I can't fix tonight, but the rhythm kept interrupting with left and right. I stopped checking distance, stopped asking how far. I let the road decide for me who I am. Some days I run with intention, some days I just allow. This one feels like permission to not know how. I don't need to lead, I just need to stay. This run is carrying me through the middle part where motivation fades and doubt gets loud. It's carrying me not fast, not clean, but it's steady enough to keep me between. They talk about mental strength like it's something you force, but sometimes strength is letting go of being in control. I've dragged myself through miles before, paid for every step. This time I'm letting motion handle what I've got left. I don't have answers out here, I don't need them yet. I just let the run remember what I forget. If I stop trying to manage it, if I stop holding tight, the run starts doing the work of keeping me upright. I don't fix my mood, I don't change the past, I just keep moving long enough for the weight to pass. This run is carrying me and I'm okay with that. I don't need to feel capable to stay on track. This run is carrying me through this uneven day. I didn't come out here confident, I came out here to stay. This run is carrying me till I'm lighter somehow. Not because I got stronger, but because I didn't sit down. No, not pushing, not pushing, not proving, still moving, still moving. Not pushing, not pushing, not proving, still moving, still moving.
Breath still out, legs unsure. Street feels longer than before. I thought about turning early like I've done 100 times or more. Mind runs ahead of my body, body drags my mind behind. Somewhere between the arguing, I lose the finish line. I don't feel strong, I feel present. I came back to this step, right where I am. Not faster, not better, just part of the plan. I came back to this step when everything split. I stopped chasing the run and ran inside it. The pace isn't what I imagined, the rhythm's still off key, but my feet keep finding ground that keeps finding me. I pass the corner I know too well, where quitting used to live. It doesn't speak as loudly now. It waits to see what I give. I'm not winning anything out here, no clock to impress, but something settles in my chest when I run less ahead. I don't need the whole distance, I need the next ground. I came back to this step after drifting away, after thinking too far into the rest of the day. I came back to this step, let the noise dissolve. I didn't fix the whole run, I just fixed my resolve. They say push through the hard part, like force is the key. But sometimes the hardest thing is returning gently, not speeding up, not breaking down, just staying long enough to feel the now. I've lost friends chasing outcomes, I've saved some staying near. This one feels like it might last because I'm here. If I stop counting everything, if I stop asking why, if I let the run be smaller than the voice in my mind, then this step is enough, this breath is enough. I don't need proof, I need touch. I came back to this step and I stayed a while. Didn't conquer the distance, but I changed the mile. I came back to this step and the run came too. Not because I felt ready, but because I didn't leave the truth. I came back to this step and that's how it went. Not a breakthrough moment, just a quiet intent. One breath, one sound, one step, still now. I don't announce it, I don't raise my voice. No dramatic countdown, no obvious choice. I stand where things are plain, no witness, no sign. Just checking if this feeling is really mine. I've learned big promises fade fast when it's cold, so I keep my words light and my grip on what I hold. I don't swear I'll finish, I decide to begin. This is how I commit, quiet, almost unseen. No sparks in the moment, just a shift in between. This is how I commit, no speech, no display. I don't promise forever, I promise today. I've tried louder versions, they look strong from afar, but they cracked under distance, didn't travel that far. Now I choose what I can carry at a pace I can keep. I don't jump into fire, I step in too deep. There's a calm that shows up right before I move. Not confidence exactly, more like something I won't lose. I don't chase belief, I let it follow. This is how I commit, by staying close to the ground. I don't need to feel fearless, I need to feel sound. This is how I commit, no rush, no disguise. If I'm still here tomorrow, that's the size. They'll tell you commitment is loud, that it shakes the room, but I've watched quiet decisions outlast the boom. This isn't hesitation or leaving space to quit, it's knowing the weight of a vow before I lift. I don't burn bridges behind me, I don't lock every door. I just take one honest step, then one more. I don't know how far this goes, I don't map the end. I just know I'll recognize myself if I keep it this gent. If I stop tomorrow, I won't call this a lie, because today, right here, I chose to try. is how I commit, not fast, not loud. I don't borrow momentum from the crowd. This is how I commit, still learning the tone. I don't make a big scene, I make it my own. This is how I commit, and when it's done, I won't say I was fearless, I'll say I was honest. Then I run. No vow, no proof, just now and truth. 5 quiet minutes before moving. No clock, I need a beat. I stand there tying, untying the same 2 worn out feet. Everyone else is already gone, footsteps fading fast. I'm still deciding how today is allowed to ask. I scroll once, then lock the screen, like I don't trust my head. This isn't motivation yet, it's something softer instead. I don't need a reason right now, I just need to start breathing. 5 quiet minutes before moving, before the world begins. I don't hype myself up, I let myself in. 5 quiet minutes before moving. No pressure to be strong, I'm not getting ready to win, I'm getting ready to go on. I check my legs, they answer slow, like they're still asleep. There's a stiffness I don't fight, a promise I don't keep. I've learned that forcing confidence just makes it break in half. So I stand here letting doubt stretch out its laugh. This is where excuses show up and wait to be believed. But I don't invite them in today, I let them leave. Readiness doesn't shout, it settles. 5 quiet minutes before moving, before pacing form, before I start pretending I'm less tired than I am. 5 quiet minutes before moving, where nothing's on display. I don't need to feel inspired, I just need to stay. They'll tell you motion starts with fire, with sparks and perfect lines, but mine begins with listening to everything misaligned. This pause isn't hesitation, it's where I choose my tone. I don't step forward fully built, I step forward grown. Some days these minutes feel heavy, like they might pull me back. But every run I've ever trusted started exactly like that. I don't need a promised distance, I don't need a time, I don't need to make this moment mean more than it's fine. If all I do is show up breathing, that's enough to move. I don't need belief right now, I need truth. 5 quiet minutes before moving, and then I'm on my way, not faster, not improved, just honest today. 5 quiet minutes before moving, I don't rush the why. If I'm still here after that, then I know I'll try. 5 quiet minutes before moving, and when the road unfolds, no one sees what started it, but I know. No countdown, no scene, just breath within me. I find a quiet corner, just far enough away, where nobody's counting seconds or watching what I change. They're laughing, pulling hamstrings, talking plans out loud. I roll my shoulders slowly, let the noise thin out. I've Tried copying the movements, tried matching someone else, but my body only listens when I'm by myself. It's not that I don't belong, I just prepare different. I stretch better alone when no one's looking in. I don't rush the tightness out, I let it give in. I stretch better alone, no rhythm but my breath. I don't need a mirror here to know where I'm at. I bend a little uneven, switch sides too late, too soon, but something starts releasing when I move like there's no room. My balance isn't perfect, my form won't make a guide, but the quiet lets me notice what I usually hide. I don't warm up for the crowd, I warm up for the run, for the part where it gets lonely and I'm the only one. I don't rush into motion, I ease into trust. I stretch better alone, without a countdown clock. I don't need to feel ready, I just need not to lock. I stretch better alone, let the stiffness speak. Every part that doesn't answer yet will catch up mid-street. They say preparation should look sharp, clean lines, confident pose, but mine looks like listening to places nobody knows. This isn't hesitation or hiding from the team, it's knowing how my focus works before the pace turns mean. Some people light up together, some people need a pause. I don't start with explosion, I start where I thought. I don't need perfect alignment to take the first step out. I just need my breath to settle and my doubts to quiet down. If it looks like I'm stalling from where you stand nearby, just know I'm getting ready in a way that's mine. I stretch better alone, and that's how I begin. I don't fake the looseness, I grow into it. I stretch better alone, then I move when it's true. I don't start when it's loudest, I start when I'm through. I stretch better alone, and when the run unfolds, you won't see the difference, but I'll feel the hold. Quiet prep, slow release, still ready, still me. They rushed out when the signal hit, hearts on fire, voices loud. I watched it all from half a step back, let the noise thin out. I tied my shoes without a hurry, checked the sky, ignored the race. I didn't need their starting gun, I needed space. I wasn't slow, I was selective. I arrived late on purpose, not behind, just aligned. I let the rush burn itself out so I could hear what's mine. I arrived late on purpose, no panic, no disguise. If timing is a form of truth, then this one fit my life. I've learned that early isn't always right, it just looks good from far away. Some moments need the crowd to leave before they're safe to say. My pace found room to breathe alone, no elbows, no display. I wasn't chasing anyone, I was choosing how to stay. I don't enter when it's loud, I enter when it's real. I arrived late on purpose, skipped the echo, caught explosions. I run toward what can stand. I arrived late on purpose, clear-headed, steady stride. If I know why I'm moving now, then I arrived on time. No rush, no race, just timing in place.
I checked the time like it owed me a better start than what I had. Keys in the wrong pocket again, shoelaces arguing bad. I meant to leave a little earlier, that plan stayed in my head, but the door closed behind me quick, and somehow I was ahead. Late isn't stuck, it's just not early. 5 minutes late, already going, didn't wait to line it up. The day was rolling without me, so I rolled my way right up. 5 minutes late, already going, no reset, no rewind. If I missed the perfect moment, I caught the moving line. I passed the spot I usually stretch, thought, guess that's gone today. My breath complained for half a block, then quietly agreed to stay. Everyone else looked settled in, like they hit start on time. I joined the flow mid-sentence, still made it through the line. You don't need the first second to be in it. 5 minutes late, already going, no clean slate to defend. I didn't start where I planned to, but I started where I am. 5 minutes late, already gone, still fixing things on the fly. If timing was the only rule, I'd still be waiting by. They'll say beginnings matter most, that starts to find the rest, but motion doesn't check the clock, it just responds to steps. You don't miss life by showing up late, you miss it by staying put. I didn't catch the open scene, but I didn't miss the plot. 5 minutes late, already going, and I'm done explaining why I didn't need the perfect cue to cross the moving line. 5 minutes late, already going, no pause, no second take. If this is how I enter things, then this is how I make. Still moving, still on, late start, long run.
I forgot to start the watch, or maybe I just didn't care. The street looked the same as always, but my head was somewhere else. No splits waiting to be chased, no voice saying faster now. Just shoes meeting quiet ground, and a body figuring things out. Nothing here needed saving, so I let it pass. The run that left no data, no proof that it was real, but my lungs remember everything the numbers never feel. The run that left no data didn't show up anywhere, still something heavy loosened up between the breath and air. I've logged miles like evidence, built charts to show my worth. Tonight I let the record go and trusted something worse. I noticed how my shoulders dropped without permissions first, like my body knew the answer before my thoughts rehearsed. If nothing's tracked, nothing's judged, and that felt rare. The run that left no data, no history to defend. I wasn't better than before, but I was here again. universe needs a witness, this one stayed unmeant. They'll say what isn't countered fades, that effort needs a trace. But some runs work like quiet repairs, they only fix your face. I didn't train for later wins, I trained to stay intact. This wasn't about adding miles, it was about giving some back. The run that left no data still followed me inside. I felt it hours later in how my thoughts aligned. The run that left no data won't show up in my feed, but it kept me from collapsing, and that's enough for me. No fire, no sign, still move, still mine.
There was a question halfway through, not allowed, just slipping into view. It asked me what I'm doing here, then vanished when my steps were true. My watch buzzed once, I didn't look. The road curved slightly to the left. I felt my shoulders loosen first, like something heavy finally left. I didn't answer anything, I just kept where I was. I stayed when the question passed, didn't solve it, didn't ask. Some moments don't need reasons, they just need you not to crash. I stayed when the question passed, let it move without reply. If doubt came looking for a door, I wasn't home inside. My breath found something close to even, not calm, just less at war. I noticed sounds I'd missed before, a gate, a bird, a distant car. I wasn't chasing anything, I wasn't trying to be strong. I was just there between two thoughts, and somehow that was long. If purpose wanted to arrive, it knew where to find me. I stayed when the question passed, no victory, no sign, just one more minute choosing here over crossing some finish line. I stayed when the question passed, let the silence do its part. Sometimes staying is the bravest move a body makes for a heart. They'll tell you every step must mean a lesson you can clearly state, but there are miles that only teach by asking you to tolerate the not knowing, the in-between, the part you never post, where all you do is keep your shape and don't collapse or coast. I stayed when the question passed, that's the truth I'll keep tonight. Not because I figured it out, but because I stayed upright. I stayed when the question passed, and that was more than fine. Some answers grow behind your back while you're just holding tight. No answer, no claim, still here, still moving. I felt the crack before the sound, a weight I couldn't set back down. Not loud enough to call it pain, just pressure looking for a name. I stood too long inside my head, thoughts stacked higher than the day. So I stepped out, not to escape, just to keep myself in shape. I didn't need a finish line, I needed motion to stay mine. I moved, so I didn't break, didn't shatter, didn't cave. I chose a street, a breath of pain. began with fire inside. Mine began with nowhere to hide. No playlist plan, no goal in mind, just distance from the night. I didn't chase a better self, I chased the quiet I could feel, where thoughts loosened their tight grip and time remembered how to heal. If fixing everything felt far, at least I fixed where I was. I moved, so I didn't break, didn't prove, didn't persuade. I let my body speak first when words would only complicate. I moved, so I didn't break, no witnesses, no display. If this is how I survive it, then this is how I stay. They'll call it discipline later, or say I'm built this way. They won't see the moment I almost chose to stay. Movement isn't always progress, sometimes it's first aid. You don't outrun the damage, you move so it can fade. I moved, so I didn't break, that's the truth I'll always keep. Not every run is forward, some just pull you back to sleep. I moved, so I didn't break, no victory, no claim, just a person choosing motion when stopping had a name. Still moving, still whole. That's enough for now. I didn't start with a dream, no big promise, no clear plan, just a feeling I couldn't sit with, and these shoes in my hands. Everyone talks about purpose like it shows up dressed in gold. Mine showed up as restlessness and a road that felt too cold. I wasn't chasing greatness, I was running from the noise. I didn't start with a dream, I started just to move. Some days forward is the only thing that makes the dark improve. I didn't start with a dream, no vision burning bright, but every step I didn't skip taught my heart how to fight. Some people run for records, some run to prove them wrong. I run to hear my thoughts again when everything feels loud. I don't post the pace I hit, I don't frame the sweat I earn. I just know I feel more human every mile I return. If purpose comes later, I'll meet it on the way. I didn't start with a dream, I started with a mess, with questions I couldn't answer and a chest under stress. I didn't start with a dream, but something's growing here, a reason I don't have to name, but somehow still feels clear. Maybe dreams are lightning strikes, maybe they're built in doubt. In the days you almost stayed home but still went out. If this road is teaching anything, it's not who I'll become, it's who I already am when I keep going on. I didn't start with a dream, and that's not a flaw. I started with showing up even when I saw no cause. I didn't start with a dream, but now I understand. Sometimes motion writes the meaning before the meaning can. No dream, no claim, just motion, still mine.
my feet touch ground. Morning streets don't make a sound. No one knows the weight I bring inside this calm, a louder thing. Breath aligns with broken plans. Hope fits tight inside my hands. I don't need a reason told. I feel it every step I hold. If silence asks me who I am, I answer by moving on. Quiet steps, loud reasons. I don't need the world to see. Every mile explains the why that keeps on pulling me. Quiet steps, loud reasons. Even doubt falls in a line when my body says keep going and my heart agrees in time. I've trained where clocks refuse to move. Watch the sky change shades of blue. Failed the plan, adjusted pace. Learn patience has a face. Others shine, I dim the noise. Choose the work, ignore the choice. Between applause and honest ground, I pick the road without the sound. If fear walks next to me, I let it learn my stride. Quiet steps, loud reasons, built from nights no one records. I don't chase the finish line, I chase the promise I've ignored. Quiet steps, loud reasons, no excuse, no disguise. If this path feels lonely, that's just truth in motion, right? I've wanted proof, I've wanted signs, a faster way, a cleaner line. But every time I slowed it down, I heard my reason loud. It said, you're here because you chose to grow where comfort never goes. If this is hard, it means it's real. Now show up, feel it. Quiet steps, loud reasons. This is how I stay alive. Not for likes or recognition, but the person I become inside. Quiet steps, loud reasons. Let the silence understand. I may move without a crowd, but I'm louder than I planned. No echo, no scene, just me and the reason underneath. I didn't wake up strong today.